Hello everyone, my name is Arun and welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll be having a sneak peek into Ubuntu Studio 16.402. Yeah, you heard me right. This is Ubuntu Studio, and now I have installed this in a virtual box, and so I'm going to give you a sneak peek and a small tour about how this is, how this distro is. Okay, now let's start with it. Ubuntu Studio 6 was released just today. Uh, in the internet and with along with several other distributions of Ubuntu. Okay, so I thought I'd give this a try. Now Ubuntu Studio is actually designed keeping in mind the audience, namely the media people who want to work with the media, who want to work with the multimedia. So if you're like someone who wants to record videos, edit videos, do some work with photography, make designs, record stuff like that, or you are some budding artist or a professional artist who needs tools for video recording, editing, so audio adjustment, audio recording, making music, and kind of multimedia contents like that and all. This would be a good start, and this will be like a friendly friendly Linux distribution that you can start with. The reason is because you get on this distribution is especially meant for people who want to do this stuff, and all the software that comes along with it are especially tailor made for people. So let's have a look into it. Ubuntu Studio 16.402 got released just today, maybe one day earlier, maybe it doesn't matter. It's just fresh one, and it comes with the XFCE desktop version. Earlier it used to come with Google GNOME. Now it comes with XFCE, and this is how it looks like. There's an earlier version called as Ubuntu 16.10 with the Yakety Yak. That's another version available, but this is a long LTS supported version. Okay, and let's look at it. Now you have the simple file manager over here. The file manager is Tuna because this is using an XFCE version desktop, and this is pretty nice and not so complicated to start with, and the theming is pretty simple. You have the panel at the top instead of at the bottom as usual, and then you have a very simple whisker menu with your name and a possible option to keep a picture of you over here, and all the programs that you have available that you want that are already that are installed are actually segregated into these options, just like a regular XFCE version. And also you have the search bar over here where you can find your programs just by typing them. For instance, if I want PTV video editor, okay, all I have to do is type the word, automatically come up. Suppose if I want, say, Audacity, that is it. You just have to type it, it will come out. Now let's look at the software that are available. Okay, for audio production you have quite a lot of tools, and it's also segregated into several subcategories like Kit 3 QT. For audio effects you have the Jack Rack, Jamin, LV2 Rack. Man, many of these I haven't even heard about it, honestly. And for instrument, that is, if you want to make your own music and synthesize your own music or make some adjustment, make some modification, tweaking to that, you have these softwares that are available. And if you want to have some keyboard options or some other sound controls, you have these over here. And of course you have the audio mixers and audio control softwares over here. That's pretty nice. And you have others, the audio production related softwares are all arranged over here. Some of them are like, for instance, Audacity, which you can use for audio editing and modification. Presero for extracting audio songs out of CD, or burns audio songs into CDs and DVDs and all. And there are plenty of them over here. Honestly speaking, there are so much things over here which I've never heard about, and this gives me a good idea to look at in the future. As far as graphic design is concerned, there are like options for in photography. In the photography you have these softwares available like Darktable and Darktable Rapid Photo Downloader and all, which you can use it for editing and altering. You can use it for editing and rendering your photographs, and then changing the colors and all. As far as the utilities are concerned, you have Simple Scanner, Image Magic Display, Font Manager, and Archive for colors and font adjustments and making some tweaks. And as far as graphic designs is concerned, you have a GIMP image editor, Inkscape, Krita, my paint for for manipulating and working with images, Blender for creating animations. I guess Font4j, I think you can make your own fonts with Font4j if I understand it right. Scribus for making magazines or magazine like contents. And I'm not sure about Synfig Studio. I have to give this a try. As far as a video production is concerned, yes, you have Blender is also placed over here. You also have Kden Live, an open video editor. And if you want to record your desktop, you have a Record My Desktop software already installed over here, and that's pretty nice. As far as accessories is concerned, we have some simple accessories already installed over here, like the archive manager, calculator, file searcher. The program's called as catfish file searcher. So this is the catfish file searcher you have here. Character map, color picker, and you have the mousepad editor, so to open and access text files. You have notes, and you have a simple task manager to show what's running. As of now, I just started a few packages. Just started working with this system, so the memory is a bit high. But still, the background memory usage is pretty low for this system, and I guess it's partly because it's just a fresh installation in a VirtualBox. That could be the reason. As far as education is concerned, not many softwares over here, just the LibreOffice math package, and not many games either. As far as the internet is concerned, it comes with a Firefox web browser, and you have an internet DJ console. You have a transmission package software for taking care of torrents, Thunderbird messenger, and we have an internet messenger being picked in. And as far as media playback is concerned, you have Jadeo, I guess XJadeo. I don't know how to pronounce it. I guess it's XJadeo. Let me know how to pronounce this. Okay. And there's this Parole media player. As far as the Office is concerned, you have a simple dictionary, a document viewer that is a PDF viewer, namely Evans, and you have a partial LibreOffice suite, just the basic ones like the Writer, Math, and Calc. And you don't have the presentation over here, and you have for managing time and calendar, you have the Orange software for that. And as far as the system is concerned, you have the Gigolos package for maintaining the internet, Light DM, GTK plus settings for greeter settings and all. I have a connection. You have some tools to connect to a printer, and you have option to set the internet and all. Some basic rudimentary stuff. You have the software updater and the software package. This graphical software repository helps you to install software that you want. And if you look at it, almost all the basic software that you might require as a content creator or artistic creator, it's all available over here. So some of the system tools that you might be needed, like Gparted, may not be available. But hey, this is actually meant for artists, not an actual computer programmers. So I guess that is a way to look at it. Why not? I haven't put it. And if you look at the other system settings, you have the option you have the software updaters, just like the usual one. And let's go to the settings. Let's see, where is this? Okay, Ubuntu Studio. Okay, let's look at this Ubuntu Studio control for now. Okay, not much. You can just set the audio. And user controls over here. Not much of a controls here. And if I go to settings editor, you can go and say this is the classical setting editor program of XFCE. Here you can go and tweak some settings as per you want, but this has to be, these are the nitty-gritty details. You have to go and understand what's happening behind to go and modify this. If you're like a newbie, don't mess with these unless otherwise you know what's happening. Okay, instead of writing commands, this is a graphical user version, so it's making it easy. And let's see, not this. If I open the settings manager, this will give me the entire thing. So you have this mugshot profile. To keep a photo and content. The information. You have the appearance theme over here, and just like the usual XFCE options, you have many inbuilt themes over here to change the colors and all. By default, it's gray bird, and you have the option to change the icons over here. I'm impressed. There are Wow, there are like plenty of them over here. Wow, that's interesting. So you have a lot of color options and icon options to choose from, and by default the fonts is Noto Sans, and you have some settings for the icons over here, not that big. And if you're for the desktop, wow, I'm impressed actually. The amount of wallpapers you have over here are pretty nice, and there are like a lot of them, and the pictures are breathtakingly stunning. For this one, look, for instance, this one is breathtaking, and this one is neat too. For instance, wow, I think I'm going to keep this as my desktop wallpaper in the future. Wow, these are good ones. Anyway, going ahead, you also have the settings to change the menu and icons, and what else? Just going further, you have the language support option to go and check the required software you want. The notification editor. Okay, I'm going to remind this later. You have arrange preferences. There's some options to go and control the panel. This is the panel. You can add more panels and you can set the settings for the panel appearance. You can add more indicators to the panel and make it as per your choice. Good as per your choice. You can also go here and set the preferred applications. Usually the preferred applications are very less, and you just get Mozilla Firefox as the basic Windows browser, and you have the option to go and tweak the themes. Not only you can go and not only you have a lot of themes available, you can also have the option to tweak the themes once you install them. And you have the Windows Manager to set the kind of the icons you have to kind of the color themes and the schemes of the icons that you want to keep. For instance, you can add a button or move the button or change how the coloring scheme should be like. And you have some options to edit edit shortcuts if you want. Change the focus settings and advanced settings in the Windows Manager. And you have the Windows Manager tweaks, wherein you can go and change a lot of settings about how the Windows looks like and all. Okay, that's nice. And you have the option for workspaces as well. As of now, there aren't any workspaces, but if I click one, I will have the option to have multiple workspaces which I can switch between. And this additional driver software is actually coming from the Ubuntu repository directly. Okay, with this software I can pick up a driver for graphics, internet, and basic process settings. Since I'm running this in a virtual box, I don't need any of this. But hey, if you're like running from a actual laptop or a computer, then you might need this. And you can go and set the settings for the other softwares. Okay, and you can also add software links over here to which you can update from, and you can set the settings and what kind of the things you want, and authentications. You can set this authentications and additional drivers, and other than that, you have the development tools as well. You have the options for Bluetooth adapter, Bluetooth manager, screen display settings. This is actually a XFCE one, and display calibration to change the colors of how the display settings fine tune the display settings. You have the option for the keyboard too, and here you can add more shortcuts for certain programs that you want. Other than that, you have the mousepad settings, power manager, printer, removal drives and media, a menu editor in network connections, and settings manager, software update, and panel switcher. And with that being said, that covers the majority of it. And this is the language setting which I came some time ago. I'll close it. And also you have the terminal option available over here. And the terminal that they're using is the XFCE terminal emulator, which is which is light. And if I were to look into the bash.rc file, just to have a look at it, they use the simple the standard bash.rc script over here for all the fonts and color settings that they use in Ubuntu, so they're keeping it as it is. And if you look at the kernel, it is using Linux it is using a kernel 4.8.0 36 with low latency kernel. So it's not a direct Ubuntu kernel, let's say, but a slightly modified version of it. But if you look at it, it is still based on Ubuntu with little modifications. Okay, little modifications, and it got released just few days back. The kernel got released just a few days back. So this is like pretty much a recent kernel to start with. And with that being said, that's all I have for you guys in this video. Ubuntu Studio is recommended for people who like to do who like to be artists and who want to do a lot of work with multimedia, like video recording, video editing, audio recording, audio editing, making your own albums, song records, color editions, making images, designs, making your magazines, and so on and so forth. If you're kind of the person who are involved in multimedia, then this would be a best tool for you. Yes, okay. And also you have the animation software like Blender, so this would be a good thing to work with. And since it's working with XFCE desktop environment, this is pretty simple and it's very easy to work with, and it uses the least amount of resources, and it's quite sleek and fast. And other than that, one precaution I would like to say is, like, if you're using Ubuntu Studio, make sure your RAM system memory is pretty high. Reason is because most of the softwares, as you looked at it, they are all intense in the sense they tend to use quite a lot of RAM, quite a lot of memory, system memory, for rendering all the images or audio and all. So they consume quite a lot of memory and graphics, of course, because you know, since you're involved with video rendering and picture rendering, which will consume a lot of graphical power. So if you don't have them properly, your system might be slow because of the distribution. So that's just a heads up. So if you want to install this, you're more than willing to try. This is a very interesting distro. Okay, and after installing this, I got quite a lot of ideas for having software in my setup too. Like, I'm making videos, and some of these software could be very essential for making my videos much better in the future. That's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in another tutorial, in another video with another review or some other interesting concept. Till then, take care.